right, guys. We decided we were going to start a podcast, so we did it.
When?
Well, actually, we've done this 4 times this week. We're getting better every time.
Every time we work some bugs out every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one you guys will actually hear, though. You're not going to get to hear the other ones.
Yeah.
No. So this is the first episode of the Weekly Bee with Tom and JP.
Yeah.
We hope you guys enjoy this, and make sure you subscribe, like, do all the good stuff. I'm going to say that about 30 times because that's important.
Yeah, we really need you to do that. And jump in there and just, it's pretty simple to do. It doesn't cost you any money. It doesn't cost you a whole lot of time. Just log into something, Stitcher, Spotify, Anchor, Google Podcasts.
Yeah.
iTunes is coming. So just pop in there, hit subscribe, and check us out. I think we're going to do some fun stuff.
Yeah, if this week is any indication, this is going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, all of our practice rounds have gone really well.
What are we, four times?
4 times. This is the fourth time.
Times. Yeah. No, it's been a lot of fun.
It has been a lot of fun.
How's your week been other than working on a podcast that we know nothing about?
Well, that's been a little stressful. I moved over the weekend.
I helped you move a couch.
You did help me move a couch. Yeah, yesterday I bought a couch. I bought a rug. And turns out when you buy a couch and a rug, you need a truck to move that stuff. Because it doesn't fit in the Mazda. It just won't fit in there.
Why won't it fit in the Mazda?
It might fit on the Mazda. It certainly won't fit in the Mazda.
That would have been funny.
That would have been great. Just drop a couch on their roof and tie it down with some bungees. And
you know people have done that, right?
For sure. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of internet memes with that, people just stacking garbage on top of there.
What does Zeus think of the new couch?
He got up on it today, and he got scolded for that. But then he's like, I don't understand. Like, I can get on all the other furniture. Why can't I get on this? I'm like, because it's a brand new couch, buddy.
Yeah.
Because he speaks English, so you got to talk to him like they understand English. You have full-on conversations with your dog when it's just you and your dog. There's a lot of conversations had.
I don't have that problem. I don't have a dog. I have a plugged toilet. I don't know how that happened.
Yeah, there's probably only one way.
Well, the funny part about it is at work the other morning when I left, and then when I came back, it was plumb full. So that tells me that somebody else used my toilet, and
not at your house.
Oh, at my house.
Who else used your toilet at your house?
Well, I don't know. There was a bunch of Wendy's bags on the kitchen table, so I feel that there were guests over.
Okay.
That were not my guests. Mm-hmm.
Whose guests might they have been?
I'm going to go with the neighbor kids.
Oh, the neighbor kids came to your house.
Yeah, I'm sure my daughter would never do anything like that.
Yeah, no, your daughter couldn't be the culprit of this.
My oldest daughter gets here today, so I'm really excited about
She gets here today?
Yeah, she'll be here at 8 o'clock tonight.
And then she stays for how long?
I think she's leaving on Sunday.
Okay.
So I'm excited about that. Haven't seen her a bit, and she's coming she's coming here from Phoenix.
By herself?
No, she's bringing her boyfriend.
Oh, she's bringing her boyfriend.
Yeah, I haven't got to meet him yet.
I bet. How long has she been with him?
My guess is probably 6-8 months, but I've only known for a couple of months. I never get told immediately.
No, you're probably the last to find out.
And that's what's really weird is I'm the one that always has to clean up the mess.
Yeah, you don't find out at the beginning. You only find out when it goes bad at the end.
Yeah, and that's fine. I love her whether she has a boyfriend or not.
Sure. Yeah, you know your role, and that's the role of a loving dad.
Yeah, I get told when I'm supposed to do things.
Sure.
And then I get in trouble when I don't do things because I wasn't told to do them. That's the amazing thing about it. I just tell everybody, just tell me whatever you need me to do.
And then you do it.
And I do it, but if they don't tell me what to do.
And then you don't do it.
I'm in trouble.
You're in big trouble. When was the last time you saw her?
Last summer sometime. She's busy. 22. Concerts, raves.
Yeah.
She goes to festivals quite regularly. There's not enough energy in me to do that. I don't even know if there was enough energy in me to do that back then.
You're crazy. Of course you had the energy to do that back then.
I
did it with you. Not the raves and the... No. But we certainly had fun.
They go in the desert for like 6 days straight and stuff.
Oh, like Burning Man stuff. But
yeah.
Burning Man's probably too mainstream for her. She probably does like Coachella.
I think she does all of them. Yeah.
Bonnaroo. Is that a thing? I don't even know if that's a thing.
I don't know. I think that's just from Entourage, isn't it?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm so out of the loop. All I do is listen to podcasts anymore.
That is a fact.
Uh-huh.
I know that about you because, well, you don't even know what music is.
I don't know what any of the music is on the radio these days.
Mm-hmm.
None of it.
I don't really either, unless it's on a country channel.
Yeah. I listen to country from time to time, but mostly it's podcasts. Who's the number one selling pop artist right now?
I don't know. Carly B or Cardi B?
Cardi B?
Is it Cardi B or Carly B?
Carly.
I don't know. I don't know that answer.
I don't know the answer to that either. I thought it was Madonna or Cyndi Lauper. That's about the last time
Tiffany.
I listened to music.
Tiffany.
Deborah Gibson.
Deborah Gibson?
Yeah, she goes by Deborah now, so I've heard. I only learned that by listening to a podcast.
And was she on the podcast? Is that
No,
what-
they were just talking about her and how she wants to be called Deborah now and not Debbie. And that's...
Whenever somebody wants to change their name later in life, it just seems pretentious to me.
Yeah, well, I think she's trying to break out of that mold, right, of being a
Then
16-year-old.
why is she going on tour this summer?
I don't know. Is she going on tour? Is she coming here? Is she coming to Billings,
I
B-Town?
think she's coming to Denver because isn't she going out with New Kids on the Block, Tiffany, Salt and Pepper,
Oh, yeah, that's the
like the 90s revolution.
90s revival tour or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. We need to get them here to Billings. That would sell out.
If anybody knows anybody.
Yeah.
Sean Lynch. Sean Lynch, help us out.
Yeah,
with
is
this
there a
one.
guy, is there anybody in town who brings in a lot of music and knows a lot of people in the live music?
We would for sure sell out the pub station.
We would for sure sell out the pub station. Yeah. Yeah, we got to get Sean on the podcast.
That's on my.
That's on the to-do list, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what, the podcast is really about. We just talk about Billings events, promoting Billings events and things going on around here, whether it's, live concerts or things at the Metro or, the Live After Fives. I'm sure we'll talk about that
Yep.
quite a bit.
What happened at the Live After 5?
Yeah. So we're going to do a lot of that, and then we're going to talk about Montana events, things going on around the state of Montana that might be controversial or interesting. Maybe touch on some nationwide news from time to time, but mostly just focusing on the Billings community and what we're doing here as a community. And I think it's going to be funny at times, and it's going to be it's just going to be great. It's going to be great.
Speaking of national things, I just was reading on my way in that Trump said Nancy Pelosi could not take her tour overseas. She could if she wanted to fly coach, but she could not use U.S. military aircraft to go on this trip. And she held her breath and said, "But why?" And he goes, "We're in the middle of a government shutdown."
I'm not sure if you know.
I don't always agree with him, but every now and then he does throw that perfect temper tantrum.
Well, yeah, every now and then. See, the genius behind the man is that he guides you into losing the argument. Like with her, I'm sure they talked about taking her overseas trip for a while, and then he dropped this bomb on her, and she said, "Well, why can't I just use the military?" And he says, "Because I'm not sure if you know this, but we're in a government shutdown right now." And then he makes her look like a fool, when really he's the idiot.
Oh yeah, no, they're all idiots.
Well, that's the most true statement you may have ever said in your life.
I don't know who I believe or don't believe or like or dislike more in that whole crew because they're all idiots.
So at the very beginning of that sentence, you said who you believe and don't believe anymore. I honestly think that's the goal, man. Just it's like the government. It's like a whole social experiment. We're like, let's see if we can just confuse the American people enough to where they have no idea what's going on. Well, mission accomplished.
Oh, they're doing a great job.
They're doing a great job of it.
Yeah. So what do you got planned for this weekend?
This weekend I got hockey on Sunday. We just kind of barely touched on it, but I just moved into a new house. I sold my old house, moved into a new house, and
Yeah, drinks on Tom this weekend.
Yeah,
He's got
right.
lots of money.
I don't. That is also not true. And so I'm going to be just kind of cleaning, organizing, putting things away around the house. Got an open house on Sunday too, so doing a little work, getting my house set up, playing some hockey.
You got to hit up the Babcock this weekend.
What's at the Babcock? Oh yeah, they're
the oldie movies.
What are they? What are they playing each day?
Friday night is Back to the Future and Psycho.
Oh yeah, Psycho.
It should just be called Ex-Girlfriend.
When is the last time you watched that movie?
Psycho?
Uh-huh.
Oh, it's been a long time.
It's been a very long
It
time.
scares the holy fuck out of me.
Yeah,
every time.
we should go see it.
Will you hold me? And then Saturday is The Never-Ending Story, E.T. and Alien.
Those are three fantastic movies. Did all those come out the same year?
I don't know that.
88?
Oh, it had to have been before that, didn't it?
Yeah, it would have to be before
Maybe
that.
86.
I don't remember, but
I have this Google machine here that'll tell me.
yeah, have you heard of Google?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are all three great movies. I think of the three, I would have to say Neverending Story is my favorite of those three. Although I also haven't watched it for 20 years. I'm sure it's a little bit, probably reads a little different these days.
Way off.
78. 81. I'm just going to keep saying
You're-
numbers.
You're dang close on that 81. 82 was E.T.
82 E.T. And then Neverending Story, that had to be 85-ish.
I'm looking right
I don't really remember. I just remember as a kid watching Valcor fly through the air and just wanting a luck dragon more than anything in the world. Turns out they don't exist.
now. They do not exist.
But when you're 7, you know, they do
Oh,
exist.
Yes,
Yeah.
for sure.
I love that movie.
84 on Neverending Story.
Okay, 82, 84.
I'm going to go with 86. Maybe they got a trend going on here.
And Aliens. Aliens was never one of my favorites. I regard it as a classic, and it started a whole genre for sure.
Wow, that's older than I thought it was. 79.
79. That's almost as old as we are.
Yeah, no, I'm older.
Just a little older though. Not
I
much.
win, Alien.
Okay, so those three on Saturday. What do we got on Sunday? At the Babcock.
Sunday could be a hell of a day. I wonder how mad they'd be if I just snuck in a bottle of Jack Daniels.
Why?
Sat
Could you
there and-
just sit there and watch 2 movies or 3 movies
Yeah,
and drink all
3
day?
p.m. is Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Okay, that's an amazing movie.
God, that's so funny.
I have not seen that either for a long time.
And I'm not even a huge Monty Python fan. Like,
Mhm.
it's okay. It's okay. It's all okay. Okay.
Uh-huh. It's all it's okay.
Okay. Okay. It's okay. But that one there is just unreal funny.
It's amazing.
A dude with coconuts going around as the horse.
As the horse, yeah.
That's thinking some shit up
It's
there.
really good stuff. I
And
wonder how
then-
much acid they were on when they thought of that.
Because that had to have been like 79.
Yeah, I'm sure. Even maybe
Might even older.
yeah, 75. That one is as old as us.
Yeah.
Right on the
5 might be.
maybe a little old on that one. So yeah, Monty Python. That's another movie I haven't seen for probably 25 years.
And then one that's in my definite top 10.
Yeah,
Monty Python 75.
1975. Yeah,
Blazing Saddles.
Blazing Saddles at the Babcock this Sunday.
Mhm.
Yes, that. Oh, that's definitely. I think that's got to be in the top 3 for me. In not in movies of all time, but in comedies of all time for sure. And today, to watch it today, it's like nails on a chalkboard, because it's just chock full of things you can't say. You're not supposed to say any of these words anymore.
Every person was made fun of.
I know. Every
person.
that was the point.
Even people of color made fun of people of color.
sure.
And vice versa.
Yeah.
And things.
I think that was the whole point. That's what Mel was trying to do. Is Mel Brooks was trying to make fun of how stupid it was to make fun of those things. I mean, that was like the roundabout way he made fun of it,
Mhm.
and he made an incredible movie. That today, this day and age, if you made that movie, you'd be
Hung.
they'd throw you out of the United States for sure.
You'd be thrown out of Twitter.
You'd be thrown out of Twitter.
Mhm.
You'd be off YouTube in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is your top 3 comedies?
Top 3 comedies. I would have to go with Blazing Saddles is in there for sure. The Jerk, Steve Martin, The Jerk.
Forgot about that one.
So
that is
good.
that is a classic. You
And
are
then-
right there.
I don't think I've ever laughed harder at the time than Ace Ventura: Pet Detective.
Yeah.
Comedies
That's my
don't,
number 1.
Yeah, they don't hold up over time. They're hard. I mean,
That one still holds up. Blazing Saddles still holds up.
yeah, Blazing Saddles does for sure.
Mhm.
But I remember the very first time watching Jim Carrey in the opening sequence of that movie. He's the UPS guy.
Mhm.
And he's got that box,
That
and
is
he's just
gold.
slamming it on, all over everything.
I worked at UPS at that point in my life.
Did you really?
Yeah.
That must have been the best thing ever then.
We laugh.
But yeah, I remember just sitting down in my basement at the house I grew up in, watching that scene not really. No, at the time, you didn't know who Jim Carrey was. You never heard of the guy, right?
No.
That was his first like breakout. I know he made Rubberface before that, but it was his first breakout movie that a lot of people watched, and I had never. I mean, nobody knew who this guy was, and he was just dynamically
lightly
hilarious.
Know him on In Living Color.
Oh yeah, that's right. But I mean,
But he wasn't on In Living Color long before that.
No, and this was like his first feature-length movie.
Yes.
Living Color was a TV show.
I watched a thing on YouTube the other day about Dumb and Dumber.
Uh-huh.
And they had an offer to get Jim Carrey on Dumb and Dumber for $1 million, but they had to sign it before Ace Ventura came out.
Really?
And they didn't. And Monday they called to sign him for Dumb and Dumber, and they said, no, it's $8 million.
Right. So you snooze, you lose $7 million.
But still, it's they didn't lose money.
Yeah,
on that deal.
they made their money on that for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he made several awesome movies right in a row.
Mask, Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah, and then
Mask
he
was
made
great too.
The Mask was amazing,
Mm-hmm.
and then he made a movie that a lot of people at the time thought was not very good, and that's The Cable Guy.
Yeah.
Remember The Cable Guy?
Cable Guy.
Watch it again.
Oh, it's
I
great.
mean, most people watched it one time, hated it, and never watched it again. But if you watch that movie a couple times, it's some of his best work for sure.
Yeah, not mad.
No.
Not mad at all.
No.
That is quality. And really, honestly, if you really stop for a second, Liar Liar
Mm-hmm.
is definitely one of his best.
I love that
because
movie.
What he does in that movie.
With his physical comedy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's what I was getting at, is the physical side of it.
Yeah.
All of it's him being funny. But, like, when he beats himself up, when he throws himself in the bathroom, just the stuff he does, the physical comedy is
Kicking my ass. Do you
I'm
mind?
kicking my own ass. Yeah, it's such a great movie, and it's so funny.
It is. And then he kind of went off the deep end.
He went a little crazy.
He's a little crazy.
And
He's
like
enlightened, is what he'd say.
That Andy Kaufman deal, he definitely took that too far.
Yeah, he kind of went over the
Yeah,
edge. He
really.
hasn't come back. That's fine. He's still a dynamic, incredible person. Have you seen his art? You see his artwork?
Yeah, no, it's pretty crazy.
It's wacky.
Mhm.
It's pretty
yeah,
awesome.
It's different, but it's awesome. But like, what's his name? Gary Busey.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen his art?
No, I've never seen Gary Busey's art.
That's wacky and crazy.
I want to see it.
You thought his mugshot was wacky and crazy.
We should bring that to Billings. We should get it at the Yam. Get Gary Busey's art here at the Yam.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and make it over to Pugs for the last weekend over there.
Yeah, man, it's definitely something that has to be done. I'm not gonna not do it. This is the last time they close
Saturday.
They'll be open Saturday,
By the
but that's
time,
their last day.
Yeah, Saturday's the last day.
Yeah.
So if I'm not lazy and get this out this afternoon, you'll have 2 days to get this.
I will definitely make it down there. You got to say goodbye to the. I mean, it's a staple of Billings. It's a part of Billings that it's going to be definitely missed when it's gone, and
Mhm.
you can't duplicate it. You can't recreate it. Once it's gone, it's gone. It's kind of sad.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, what day are you planning on going down there?
I might even go there tonight just to get it solved, because I think it's
Just to
gonna
get it
be-
solved.
It's gonna be crazy all weekend. I have a feeling.
Yeah, I'm sure it will be. It should be.
Mm-hmm.
All those people that.
And I don't want to be out of booze.
Sorry, we're out of Jameson.
I don't go to places where they don't have booze.
That'd be heartbreaking if you walked in to get your last Jameson at Pug Mahone's and they were out of it. Can you imagine? That's probably going to happen. Let's go tonight. Let's drink 100 Guinnesses tonight. See what happens.
Yeah, because I don't have anything to do tomorrow.
Is it Guinnesses or Guinness?
Guinnesses.
Guinnesses.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to go down there and get that done. Have one last pork chop sandwich and I'm glad they're going to be busy all weekend. I'm sure they will be because all those people, they're all out of a job now.
Yeah.
This is all going to just
And
and
like
it was
most
so
of those
fast
people have been there for 15, 20 years.
or longer.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah, so we need to go down there and support those people.
Mm-hmm.
We need to throw a big fat tip on their credit card receipt and
Yeah,
wish
hopefully
them
we
the
get lucky
best.
and find a credit card on the way there.
What's that?
Hopefully we can get lucky and find a credit card on the way there.
One that's not maxed out.
Yeah.
All mine seem to be maxed out.
My wallet is really heavy, and that's because they're all full. I was going to try to go to Real Big Fish on Saturday night, also at the pub station.
At the pub station, yeah.
I've seen them before, and my daughter's coming to town, so I might just skip it.
What if she wants to see it?
Well, if she wants to see it, then that'll change things. But I just, with her music...
Yeah, she's not going to go see that.
No.
That's not EDM.
Yeah, exactly. There's no boom, 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 boom.
What is that? What's it called? Dubstep?
Sure, I'll agree.
She's in on that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. I've just heard those words before. And I think it's heavy beats and electronic type music. I don't know what I'm talking about. I really hope that right now whoever's listening is yelling at their radio right now saying, "Tom, you're an idiot." That's not at all what dubstep is.
I'm going to agree with you because I know just about as much of it. So I'll be one of the people that is not yelling at you for not knowing what you're talking about.
You know, if I'm really, really wrong about it, you can go on to the Anchor. You can find us on Anchor, anchor.fm/theweeklybee.
Mm-hmm.
You can get onto that, and then you can leave us a voicemail.
Yeah, that's actually really cool.
Tell me how wrong I am.
Yeah, and try it out, guys, because it's really neat. I did it with Tom yesterday a couple times, just goofing around on some of our test stuff, and you can actually leave us a voicemail. We can play it back next week on the podcast.
Right.
It'll be really cool. If you have something productive to say, and even if you don't, we don't care. Maybe we might just make fun of you.
It's just a really awesome way to communicate with JP and I at the same time, and not only that, but with the show. You can, if you have topics you want to talk about, or you want us to talk about, or things that need to be brought to light in the Billings community, just hop onto Anchor, leave us a voicemail, and we can play it on the show next week. It's pretty fantastic. You can email us or text us as well, but the voicemail thing's kind of different.
This is a voice medium, so.
Yeah, so it should be voicemail. I shouldn't be reading your text messages. You should be, leaving me voicemails that we can play on the show.
Who says I actually read your voice or text messages?
Well, you don't. You just delete them right away. Because I'm always just saying, "Dude, I'm there. Where are you at?" Which happened today. Why are you so late all the time?
For once, I was late.
What do you work? We have another job or something?
For once, I was late. Usually, it's Tom that's late.
That's not true. I disagree wholeheartedly.
Who was late yesterday?
I was moving.
Oh yes, no, my bad. My bad. So we're trying to put some things together. If you guys have got suggestions for us on people that we should bring up, talk about what they got going on, nonprofits, things. We'll talk about anything, as long as everybody has fun. We're gonna try and do an hour show. This one's gonna be a little bit shorter because we don't have any guests this time or anything like that. Plus, we've also done this 4 times now, so we've pretty much talked about everything 56 times.
Yeah, and this is really just the introductory show, so it's not meant to be an hour. They'll range.
Yep.
But this one's just to kind of get everybody on board and understand kind of what the premise is. Talk about the Billings events and statewide events and have cool people on. That's what we're trying to do.
Entertaining stuff. Like next week, we do have Eric Rasmussen coming up. It is the road to WrestleMania.
The road. WrestleMania.
And Eric is very entertaining, so he wants to come up and talk about the Royal Rumble next weekend.
Yeah, and that kid, he can get animated about really anything.
Yeah.
He could talk about lettuce for an hour and a half.
Well, that's
different
the thing
types of lettuce.
I got a feeling that this is going to be tough to steer.
Yeah, you can't wrangle him in. You're just going to have to wind him up like a top and just let him go.
Yeah,
and
that's
him spin.
And if we do have a YouTube channel. I will link it down below in the show notes. He is one for sure you're going to want to watch on YouTube.
Yeah, because he's going to...
When those hands start flying...
He's very animated.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like I was going to say, he could talk about lettuce for an hour, and he'd still be entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
But wrestling, I don't know if there's another subject. He's well-versed on everything. He's a guy that can talk about anything forever.
Very.
But wrestling, I think, is the number one thing on his list of things that he is passionate about. I mean, he just loves this.
And I'm fine with that.
Deep. He understands all the. I mean, whether 100 different wrestlers, and he knows the backstory on all of them and the history on all of them. And he'll let us know. He'll let you know next week, and it's going to be. I'm really looking forward to it.
I'm excited. Just because whatever tangents he goes on is going to be because he will. If you don't believe us, guys, listen in next week.
Yeah.
Because he will be all over the place. And that's just because he is that.
Yeah, and
he's that smart.
He's larger than life too. I mean, not only physically. I mean, he is what, 6'7"?
Yes.
And he could palm a grapefruit. No, watermelon. He could palm anything. His hands are enormous.
Yes.
He is a huge human being, and then his personality is even that much bigger. So.
Yeah.
It's a show that I'm looking forward to. You guys should look forward to it as well. It's going to be very entertaining. Very entertaining.
Well, make sure you guys subscribe. I'll have them all down in the show notes down below. Make sure you like our Facebook page. Subscribe on your favorite podcasting app. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube so that you know what we've got coming out. We're going to let this out every Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
So we hope everybody enjoys this. I hope everybody has fun. And while we're making this, if we're changing outfits, we are going to be doing this over 2 or 3 days during the week. So sometimes just with guests and our schedule and that kind of stuff. And we've learned a lot this week. What we had planned and what we are doing are kind of two different things at this point.
Wildly different, yeah.
Yeah. But it's been fun. It's been a very fun week.
A learning process for sure. And I think we've, it's like drinking from a fire hose. You just get bombarded with new information every day and how this all works.
Yeah.
So
I didn't even know if this one's going to turn out right, but, I'm going to try.
He said that the last 3 times.
Yeah. Awesome.
This one's for sure though. Yeah, because we had a little practice round last night and it went really well.
Yeah, no, it was very good. We had Skyler Buddy up here last night. That was hilarious.
We'll have him on again.
For sure, he will be on again.
Yeah.
But we've got a great list of people that we want to include in this, and
sure.
And if you've got people that want to come up and talk about something, you've got something coming up in the next week going on here in Billings, going on in Montana. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Get up here and talk to us, guys. So, I appreciate your time. Have a great weekend. Let us know how we did.
Yeah, please do.
Like and subscribe.
Comment and like it and text us if you have any suggestions. That's the deal.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Peace.